Today, we're going to react to a Sportsnet discussion about the goalie Joseph Woll. The topic here is whether he might be establishing himself as the true number one for the Leafs. The conversation dives pretty deep into technical side and the stats, so let's watch to better understand why this topic is gaining so much traction. But before we start, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That said, let's get to the video.
Well, it's really neat because this came up this morning. I was on the ice with one of the goalies that I coach that is at a university, guys, that's 45 minutes from here. So he's able to come in and get a practice once a week with me. He played a game on the weekend. And when I reviewed his video, I noticed that his posture was down where when he was making a save, let's just say to the low blocker side, his catching glove would drop over his pad. So that would allow him to sink down and he would lose what we would refer to as posture. And I said to him, you know what? I'm going to go back home this afternoon and I'm going to build you a Joseph Woll tape because his posture right now is perfect. And, you know, you guys can see my hand on camera. When you see a goalie that when they hit their butterfly, they look like that and they have that chest angle. And if you look at my knuckles, imagine that that's actually his hips. You know, he's got that form and he has that form when he's standing up in his stance. And when he slams down to his butterfly, he maintains that posture. To me, that's what the epitome, the top, the elite guys look like, play like when they're playing their best. So I went through Joseph Woll's game. It was against Vancouver and Colorado. And you can go save by save and just work through his shot save, his rebound save, his breakaway saves, and his slides, butterfly slides, and you'll see that he maintains that same form. So the highest compliment I can give somebody is that you're doing this the best right now, and I want to share it with the goalies that I work with. That's the way I feel about him. He's only got 2 losses in his last 12 starts. And I went through his overall game, and guys, a lot just jumps off the page here, just elite everywhere. He's had 189 shots this year where he's had more than half of a second of clear sight on the puck, only been beaten twice.
Wow.
Right? Like, that's elite numbers. Broken plays, he's faced 53. He's only allowed 9. Should have given up close to 14. One-timers, he's faced 53 from the same side of the ice or from behind the net to slot, only given up 1 goal. So his east to west numbers, his screens really show again his posture and his battle through screens. 50 screens faced, just 5 goals against. And rebounds, 26 rebounds, just 2 goals against. His positive game percentage, 78% of the time, he gives the Leafs a chance to win. So he's showing up consistently. That's top 5 in the NHL. So, look, I think that when you compare where he is with where you want your number one to be, he is in his best place right now. Now, what he hasn't proven yet is, can he be a 50, 55 game guy, give you that same consistency every night, as well as maintain the mental battle? And I always have a red flag up if somebody leaves often during their career, and he's missed a lot of games. And I don't know what quote you did use for your article, Kipper, because I think it's behind a paywall. You might have to send me a password. But it's probably the body will resolve what the mind cannot.
Yeah, I used that
I've
one.
seen it my whole career, guys. It's like, and what that means is that you're going to get injured, or you may want to have a soft injury just to have a break from the mental grind of the everyday. And
that's a subconscious thing, right?
It's a subconscious and sometimes conscious. Like, there are guys, I've played with them, where it's like, you know, my groin, it's been a tough couple weeks. I wouldn't mind a few days here, you know. And
Yikes.
As I've said on your show, boys, you can't fool the boys. The guys know. And I just hope, you know what, I want to grab that guy. I want to grab Joseph Woll and say, man, do you know how good you are? Just go for it, man. I believe in you. Just keep going for it, because he is that good of a goalie. And I hope he just gets past that mental hurdle that he needs to get past to be a true number one.
Yeah, I mean, everyone seems to love this guy. Seems like an awesome person, and yeah, hopefully he can find that within him, whatever that may be. Wanted to ask you now about another team in Canada, and so we don't often tell you. I don't tell you what I'm going to ask you about, so I don't know if you've had a chance to look into it. But the Edmonton Oilers have made some goaltending moves this year. Tristan Jarry, Connor Ingram have been playing games for them. Are they any closer to solving what has been a problem for them the past few years?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. You know, and Borny, this is the challenge. I've got a bunch of goalie injuries here. I've got depth charts. I've been looking at this stuff all day.
You're the Zach Galifianakis gif, just numbers floating around your head at all times.
It's exactly, you know, and here's the thing. There's just not a lot of depth out there, Borny. Yeah. Like I'm looking at the top 7 teams in goalie depth. So let's just say Edmonton, they want to go get a guy right now. Okay. They want to go get a guy. Who's giving them up?
Dennis Hildeby?
Well, you know what? Before I even get to the depth charts, well, Dennis Hildeby, I don't know. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Okay.
Listen to this, guys. Right now in the NHL, nearly 22% of the league has an injured goalie or unavailable. That's like 1 out of every 5 goalies right now is unavailable or injured or long-term IR. Check this out. Mrazek, lower body. Alex Lyon, lower body. Kachekov, hip surgery, out for the season. Mackenzie Blackwood, he just activated the other day. Jari just activated recently. Varlamov out. Allmark, personal leave. Vladar got injured last night. Matt Murray in Seattle injured, even though he's a 3. Stolar's upper body. Demko, IR. Carter Hart, lower body. Aiden Hill might be playing tonight. I don't know if that's out yet.
He might be in. Yeah.
And Igor Shesterkin, lower body. Right? Like, look, what are we talking about? This might be a new segment, the MASH unit. I wrote this down. Brought to you by Workload Management that didn't manage the workload. There you go. We have a new segment. We go through that every week.
So how important is like a third goalie? And like, you mentioned the Rangers with their 40-year-old Quick, but after that, I learned it's Spencer Martin. Like
Spencer Martin, yeah. And he has a career 883 save percentage. I mean, that's not a number 3 for me. You know, your number 3, Dylan Garand might get a start here soon for the Rangers, but every team needs to have 3 to 4, it seems like. And again, back to depth charts, nobody really has anybody, Kipper. Like, I mean, look, Dallas Stars, they have 2 guys that people would want, meaning like Casey DeSmith as the second guy. But why would Dallas give him up? They're going for it. Gustafson and Wallstad in Minnesota, those are 2 guys that are playing at a really high level that teams might, of course.
After hearing all of this, it becomes easier to understand that the decision wasn't just about winning or losing games. There's a huge emotional toll that a lot of people on the outside can't even imagine, especially when the criticism turns personal. In the end, leaving might look like weakness to some, but for others, it could have just been a way to protect themselves. Every player handles pressure in their own way, and Toronto is clearly not an easy place for everyone because of that pressure. But that's it. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. With that said, see you next time.